Hello and welcome back to my kitchen. I am Auntie CoCo and today I will be going through some products that I purchased for my kitchen. The company I have purchased them from are called We Buy Whole Foods. I will put the link for their website in the box below. So first I'm going to start with something that I could buy from any Asian store, and it's been questionable as to the black seeds I put in my curries, and I couldn't remember the name of them, and I'd like to thank two viewers that are helping me figure that out, and you know what they are now, so I'll show them to you. The black seeds are called galungi, which are actually onion seeds, and they give the dish a really wonderful flavour, and it lifts the dish. You call it somewhat a secret ingredient, so I thought I'd just let you know. Okay, so the first thing I would like to show you is a very large package, and in my first cooking video, I used curry leaves, but unfortunately I can't buy the fresh curry leaves at the moment from the local stores. Usually I purchase them and freeze them. Again, they give such a wonderful flavour. So here they are. It's quite a large package, and that's 250 grams of dried curry leaves, whereas usually I used fresh, but I only could purchase dry. I'm very glad they are organically grown, because there's been some issues with the fresh curry leaves at the moment, and you could smell the aroma of the curry leaves as soon as I opened the package. It was really strong. But yeah, I just put them in near the beginning of the dish with the onions, and again it gives it another wonderful secret flavour. They're similar to bay leaves, but they're much stronger and you could really taste them, and I believe they're edible because the fresh ones are edible, so I'm hoping the dry ones are edible too. If you know, then just let me know as well. So these are the wonderful fragrant curry leaves. I also purchased two of these. So it's just the classic garam masala. So yeah, I actually purchased 500 grams, and I don't think they had 500 grams, so they sent me two packets of 250, and I'm quite happy about that because one can remain pretty fresh. And the other package is, of course, turmeric. Again, this is definitely something that I always use, and I am always making sure I have enough in my kitchen, and it's absolutely brilliant. But you've got more details about it in my first video. So the next product, I've shown you before that I use Himalayan pink salt, but the one I had was with a grinder, and unfortunately that requires a lot more effort to grind the crystals. And also I wasn't quite sure if the quality of the salt was pure. So luckily they also sell Himalayan pink salts, but it is Himalayan pink salt and it's finely ground, as you can see. And I'm so glad about this because it will allow me not have to grind it myself. But what I will say is that you use much less of this in comparison to just classic salt. And it is so important, this sort of salt, because it's very good with the minerals that are required for your body, and they're far more natural. Again, we need to be careful as to the amount we use. Overconsumption isn't good. However, it's essential to use the right salt when using it. So, this is Himalayan pink salt. I haven't unpacked it yet. Now, the other debate we tend to have is always about which sort of sugar to use in a healthy kitchen. And I've recently purchased a different sugar, but prior to this I was using one called xylitol. If you just bear with me, I'll just grab the packet and I'll show you that one as well. The packet has disappeared, so I'm really sorry about that. But I have some in my sugar container, and I'm going to just give it a little smell. Now, it doesn't smell like sugar whatsoever. I don't believe it does. It's got a nice sort of sweet fragrance to it, and it's so much lighter when you use it. I find myself using less, but it's a very, very good sugar alternative to use as well. And it's also made from fruit, so it's the natural sugars from fruit. But the one I believe is even better than that is this one. These are white Stevia Crystals, 250 grams. I ordered 500, but I'm glad they were able to give me 2 packets, so they remain fresh. Now, the sell-by date for them is the 7th of October 2016. So, these are white Stevia Crystals. And again, it's something that's new to me and I'm looking forward to using them. One thing I have to say about sugar is, well, sugar alternatives to classic sugar, is that yes, they are more pricey, and stevia is definitely more expensive than xylitol. So, but it's good to know that there's a choice. From my understanding, these 2 particular sugars shouldn't interfere with any problems with the insulin levels, so that it is a much safer sugar alternative, and of course it's natural. Okay. So the next thing I'm going to go on to this is Wheatgrass Powder, 500 grams. Now, what can I tell you about wheatgrass? quite aware that people have, I don't know, different opinions as to the benefits of wheatgrass. But from my understanding of it, it's high in vitamin C, also of vitamin B, as well as calcium and magnesium, sodium, potassium and so on. So it's very, very essential to have this based on what they suggest it's good for. It's also good for your blood, and yeah, it supplies the essential amino acids as well for your body. So I do look forward to it. Now, I have tried it before, but not from this particular company, and I just mixed it with some water, and initially it's quite strange because it's almost like when the grass is being cut outdoors, you could smell the fresh grass, and it's almost like you can imagine what that could taste like. But with wheatgrass it's much lighter and fresher, and you know, initially it's a bit of a kick almost, but as you're drinking it, it's got quite a smooth consistency. It depends how much you mix, and yeah, you just feel like you are drinking something really, really healthy. So I found that people tend to use this in smoothies, like fruit smoothies or spinach smoothies, kind of based on David Wolf, the raw food style of lifestyle. Sorry, and yeah, they can put it in the smoothies as well. But I think it's important to have this in the morning. The other thing I've actually found out about it as well, that people are suggesting you could do, is it's supposed to be pretty good for your dental health. So quite a few of us have heard of oil pulling with coconut oil. So I believe people are suggesting you could do a very similar thing with the wheatgrass, and it's supposed to help whiten the teeth as well as having healthy gums. So I want to give that a shot as well, because that will be an interesting experience. So I do look forward to it in that respect, as well as digesting it, not at the same time of using it as a pulling method. But yeah, definitely as a way to see what else I could do with it. I do have 2 packets, so it's really good that I can be quite relaxed as to how much I'm using, because it is quite a large amount. Okay, so the next thing I got so it's a tin, and I have coconut milk, and this is organic coconut milk, and it's cold pressed coconut milk. So you could use coconut milk for quite a lot of things, and I like to do some curry dishes with it as well. Coconut milk, I can't say it's really used in North Indian curry dishes. I think it's more southern, but we don't mind. So I'm kind of learning some recipes myself of using coconut milk, and yeah, it tastes absolutely fabulous, and I would always advise that you give it a little shake. Don't want to make you dizzy, so yeah, so that's coconut milk. It's definitely something I've always enjoyed using. So okay, and the final thing I'm going to go on to sometimes people call it ghee, and this is 350 grams, and it's from Ayurveda Foods, but purchased through We Buy Whole Foods. Now, I have been told that it's important to purchase organic ghee, purely because nowadays majority of dairy products have excessive hormones in there, and it's not helpful in that respect, so I do prefer to get organic ghee. Now, it's not really regarded as a dairy product because as it's been clarified, the dairy is actually skimmed off, so what you're left with is the ghee itself. And in Punjabi we say it is called Gariya ghee. I do know how to do it, but unfortunately I just don't seem to find any organic butter, just really straightforward organic butter. I might have to look online a bit further, so yeah, otherwise I could do it myself. But yeah, ghee, it's another sort of, it's a good fat. It's high in omega-3, and it kind of mirrors the similar properties to coconut oil. And sometimes if you don't want coconut oil, it's another type of, well, not oil, but it's a clarified butter that we could use in the dish. So it's also considered to be used for medicinal purposes too. And again, it's a clarified butter which is good for brain function and development as well. But yeah, ghee is an absolute classic. Every Indian kitchen knows of it, and it's a must. But obviously, it needs to be used with caution, because at the end of the day, it's still a fat, and too much consumption isn't good with any product at the end of the day. So, yeah, these are my products, and I really look forward to using some of the newer things. If you do manage to go onto the site, you will see yourself. They have a fantastic choice. It doesn't all have to be organic, and I already made inquiries and spoke to them directly to discuss whether or not they have modified products as well. And they have confirmed that none of their products are modified, so I feel much more confident with the company itself. And another little thing in the UK is that it's free delivery if you spend more than £30, and also you get some sort of membership that allows you to get a discount, and it has a point system on it as well. So the more you purchase, the more likely they're going to give you some nice discounts or free items. So yeah, I hope you're able to give it a go as well if you fancy trying some products, and I will be getting back to you about the newer items I'll be using, and hopefully you'll be seeing some of these being used in future videos. But I will say good night and sweet dreams to you, and have you, well, I hope you have very tingly experiences with me or someone else. But take care. All the best. Bye bye.